EA Sports. It's in the game.
In this video, we'll look at every main entry in the series, showcasing how the game has changed over the decades. From gameplay mechanics to new modes, graphical improvements, and major innovations, we'll highlight the key moments that shaped NHL gaming history. I will include a brief commentary on each year. Let's hit the ice and start at the very beginning. NHL Hockey 1991 Sega Genesis. This game started it all. NHL Hockey on the Sega Genesis introduced fast-paced, arcade-style gameplay with full NHL licensing. It lacked an official NHLPA license, meaning players are only represented by numbers. Despite its simplicity, it laid the foundations for the series' success. There was no game commentary at this point. NHLPA Hockey 93. This was released in 1992 on the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. The version shown is Sega Genesis. First game to feature real player names thanks to the NHLPA license, but it lacked the NHL team logos. The game improved AI and added new animations, including goal celebrations. It became a cult favorite for its intense action and was one of the most memorable early hockey games. There was also no commentary in this version. NHL 94. This was released in 1993 on the Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Sega CD, and DOS. The version shown is the Sega Genesis. One of the most beloved entries of the franchise, NHL 94 introduced one-timers, manual goalie control, and improved animations. It also included full NHL and NHLPA licenses, bringing authentic team logos and player names together for the first time. The fluid gameplay and addictive multiplayer made it a classic that's still played today. The Sega CD version introduced play-by-play commentary by Ron Barr, making the first appearance of commentary in the series. NHL 95. It was released in 1994 on Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and DOS. This is the Sega Genesis version. NHL 95 introduced a full season mode with player trades, marking the start of the franchise management elements in the series. The physics and player movement were reworked, making gameplay feel smoother. It also introduced improved player stats tracking. The game did not feature commentary beyond pre-game text introductions. NHL 96. This was released in 1995, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and DOS. This is the Sega Genesis version shown. The first game in the series to feature full 3D rendered graphics on the DOS versions, while the Genesis and SNES versions continued using sprites. AI and defensive strategies were improved, making a more tactical experience. NHL 97. It was released in 1996 on the Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, Windows, and Sega Saturn. The version shown here is the PlayStation 1 version. The PlayStation and Saturn versions mark a full transition to 3D models and an isometric camera. The game introduced motion captured player animations and better puck physics, marking for a more realistic experience. Commentary was handled by Jim Hewson on the DOS versions, a staple in the series for several years.
This is John Davidson. Welcome to EA Sports Hockey Night. We have a great matchup for you here tonight. The fans are fired up and the players are on the ice and ready to go. So let's play some hockey.
Goal scored by number 8, Dmitry Kristich, assisted by Ray Ferraro. Penalty on number 4, Rob Blake. Penalty on number 55, Ed Jovanovski.
NHL 98. This was released in 1997 on the PlayStation, Windows, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and Sega Saturn. This is the PlayStation 1 version that is shown. A major leap forward in AI, NHL 98 introduced more strategic gameplay with better team positioning. It was the final NHL game released on Genesis and SNES. The PlayStation and PC versions had smoother graphics and enhanced presentation. Jim Hewson returned for commentary, continuing to provide play-by-play coverage. Daryl Ray joined Jim Hewson in the booth.
And here's how the goalies match up. Pissé goes head-to-head with Waugh. Hey, moves the puck to Blake. Shoots! He's stopped! Waugh hangs onto the puck. Curry, quick pass. He scores! Young shoots.
They can ill afford to lose a guy like him in a game like this.
We have a player down. Ozelich passes into the middle. Time runs out. This one is over. The Kings have won the game.
NHL 99 was released in 1998 on the PlayStation, Windows, and Nintendo 64. The PlayStation 1 version is what is shown here. This entry focused on improved physics and collision detection. The Nintendo 64 version had slightly reduced features but retained fast gameplay. Daryl Ray joined Jim Hewson in the booth, providing color commentary, making for a more immersive broadcast presentation.
I'm Jim Hewson along with Daryl Ray. You ready for this?
Yes, I am. Let's drop the puck on this one.
And here's how the goalies match up. Pissé will be up against Ben Beesbrook. To center, to Brind'Amour. Siplikov touches the puck for icing. Into the corner, to the net. Perot passes across. Robitaille scores!
Play has been suspended while the goal is reviewed by the video goal judge.
I think this one is going to count. After being reviewed, the goal will stand. The Kings will change on the fly. Looks like these gentlemen want to scrap. Lindros drops his gloves. Johnson gets the first punch in. Johnson throws a haymaker. No one has really managed to gain the upper hand yet. Johnson connects in a big way. This fight's been pretty close. Johnson holding the upper hand in this one. Johnson surprised him with that punch. This has got to be more than a little embarrassing for Lindros.
Lights out, baby. Lights out.
Johnson will get 5 minutes for that little show of affection. So will Lindros. Penalty against the Flyers for start.
Goal scored by number 27, Glenn Murray. Assisted by number 15, Joseph Stumple, and number 28, Steve Duchesne.
The game is over. The Los Angeles Kings are victorious.
NHL 2000. It was released in 1999 on the PlayStation, Windows, and Game Boy Color. Version shown is the PlayStation 1 version. NHL 2000 introduced a career mode, giving players more long-term progression. The game featured more aggressive AI and an improved checking system, making for harder-hitting gameplay. Houston and Clement continued their commentary partnership.
And here are the goaltenders for this game. Pissé goes head-to-head against Fury. Palfi gets hit. Stumple one-times it from the left. Fury hangs onto the puck. Conger with the hit. Robitaille scores! Let's look at the replay.
When the other team scores on a breakaway, the one person you don't blame is your goalie.
Action, it's off the post! Saved! Put this one in the books. The Kings are winners!
NHL 2001. This was released in 2000 on the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2 and Windows. The version shown here is the PlayStation 2 version. Marking the franchise's PlayStation 2 debut, NHL 2001 brought vastly improved visuals, more realistic player animation, and better AI. It was also the first game in the series to feature full international teams, expanding its appeal beyond the NHL. The game continued with Jim Houston and Bill Clement in the commentary booth. This is also the first NHL game to include the Put Your Face in the Game feature on the PC version, allowing players to import their own faces.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Staples Center in Los Angeles for this exhibition game between the San Jose Sharks and the Kings. This is Jim Houston in the gondola with Bill Clement.
And we are revved up and ready to bring you this terrific.
Palfi intercepts the puck. Shields made the save. Stumple scores! We've got the replay of the goal ready to go.
Well, Jim, when you're 5-on-5, one of the things you got to do is outwork the other team, and that's exactly what happened on this goal.
The puck. Suter with it now. LaPerriere has a very angry bee in his bonnet right now.
Well, I can tell you, his best strategy right now is stay down.
Chartrand, the game is over. Los Angeles has defeated San Jose. There were several reasons this game ended up the way it did. San Jose had a tough time generating shots tonight. They let the other guys shoot way too often, and they didn't get a particularly memorable game from Nolan. Looking at the other half of this game, Los Angeles did a great job of keeping the puck in the attacking zone. In the first period, they counted for 3 goals in a row, and their passing game was quick and accurate. Well, that's it for this game. I'm Jim Houston.
And I'm Bill Clement. We'll see you next time here at EA Sports.
Star for Los Angeles, number 15, Joseph Stumple.
NHL 2002. This was released in 2001 on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Windows. The version shown here is the Xbox OG. This game introduced the hilarious and memorable EA Game Story feature, where players could unlock special commentary moments and wacky events. It also added the breakaway cam, slowing down time for dramatic breakaway moments. The game's commentary was handled by Don Taylor and Jim Houston, adding a more dynamic presentation. The PC version continued to offer the put your face in the game feature.
This is Jim Houston with Don Taylor. So, Don, any thoughts on tonight's game?
Not really.
He scooped it up. Halfie. Offside, Los Angeles.
Okay, pay attention here. Take a good look at this guy because he's one of the keys to this team winning.
Kovalev scores!
Oh, well, sometimes goalies just blow it, right, Jim?
You're on your own this time, Don.
As I was saying, clearly not the goalie's fault.
Scored by number 25,
to talk
Eric
this out.
Belanger, assisted by number 23, Craig Johnson.
And both combatants will sit 5 minutes for fighting.
He's been wanting to do that ever since the infamous fake vomit incident in Philly. It was just his turn.
And so ends another chapter in the great book of hockey. Los Angeles wins the game.
I saw a penalty kill effort I would be proud to call my own. 0 mental errors.
I won't comment.
Thanks.
Tuomainen got 1 point tonight, coming up a little short on our expectations.
Yep,
And now for the
good
three-star
defense. They
selection.
knew as well as we that he was the guy to stop.
From Los Angeles, California, this is Jim Houston.
And I'm Don Taylor. Until next time,
for Los
goodbye.
Angeles, number 25, Eric Belanger. And tonight's first star for Los Angeles, number 33, Zygmunt Halfie.
NHL 2003. This came out in 2002 on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, and Windows. The version shown is the Xbox OG version. A more arcade-style entry, NHL 2003 introduced the Game Breaker mechanic, which gave players a temporary skill boost after performing well. The control system was simplified to appeal to casual players. Don Taylor and Jim Houston continued to provide commentary. The PC version also had that face import feature.
In just a few seconds, we're going to see this rink burst into life with some hockey that'll be nothing short of amazing.
I don't know about you, Don, but... McCammon gets checked. Stoned by Potvin. Deadmarsh fires! Turek freezes the puck. Johnson. Hines, hard shot. Johnson scores upstairs.
Finds a loose one and taps it in.
The goalie couldn't handle the shot.
And he left a massive rebound for the shooter. Bet you were expecting a joke there, but no joke. Not this time.
At them fighting like a couple of bear cubs.
Let's hope it doesn't get grisly.
Ooh, boy, it just did with that comment.
This guy feeds on scraps like a junkyard dog.
Savard jumps on the loose puck. Jelena, puck ban, Walker save. Savard.
Looks like somebody's not quite sure where the net is.
Los Angeles destroyed the other team on their way to a big win.
Is it destroy a little harsh?
Have a look at the scoreboard.
Okay, so maybe it's not harsh enough.
Tonight's third star for Los Angeles, number 39, Felix Potvin. Tonight's second star for Los Angeles, number 33, Zygmunt Halfie.
From Los Angeles, California, this is Jim Houston and Don Taylor thanking you for joining us.
And until next time, stay hockey hungry.
NHL 2004. This was released in 2003 on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, and Windows. The version shown here is the PlayStation 2 version. NHL 2004 introduced a brand new physics player-based checking system, which made body checks feel more impactful. The AI was also significantly improved, making for a tougher and more strategic game. The commentary team changed to Jim Houston and Craig Simpson. Put Your Face in the Game was also on the PC as a feature, but only on the PC version.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jim Houston, and next to me is Craig Simpson.
It's always a treat to watch these two teams match up.
Caberlet had the puck. Froloff steals the pass. Keatley takes possession of the puck out over the blue line. Fires it. Move back. Kozlov with the puck. Halfie gets laid out. Vishnowski grabs the puck. Keatley shoots. He scores!
He saw some daylight upstairs, so he sent it high. There's nothing as lethal as a quick and accurate wrist shot.
The goalie will be seeing that one in his nightmare. Face-off. The face-off goes to Los Angeles. Allison. Door slammed shut by Allison. Scores! It's all over! It's all over. Los Angeles conjures up the OT win.
They really earned the win here tonight.
They killed off penalty after penalty, hung in top, and took advantage of their own opportunities to secure the win.
He let go of the wrist shot, and it paid off handsomely with that goal.
That's right. You don't always have to wind up with a big slapper to get it past the keeper. From Los Angeles, California, this is Jim Houston with Craig Simpson.
Until next time, take care.
Goodbye.
NHL 2005. This was released in 2004 on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, and Windows. The version shown here is the PlayStation 2 version. NHL 05 continued to refine the franchise's gameplay, introducing a revamped franchise mode and online play. The game featured a more intuitive control system and provided an excellent balance between realism and fun. The commentary team, Jim Houston and Craig Simpson.
And here's a look at tonight's referee.
He's got 4 years of experience and calls a pretty good game. He'll let a little bit more obstruction go, but he really cracks down on any careless use of the stick.
Passed ahead, and the Los Angeles Kings will take this opportunity to make a change. Brings it out. In over the line. Right. Keane scores!
look at that one again, guys. See how he unloads that wrist shot? It's pure skill, Jim. Great goal.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. LaPerriere fires. He misses. Kluche gets some wood on it. That ends it. Los Angeles loses the game. The final score, 2-0.
Tonight's third star, Vancouver number 39, Dan Cloutier. Tonight's second star for Vancouver number 9, Mike Keane. And tonight's first star, Vancouver number 2, Matthias Olin.
From Los Angeles, California, this is Jim Houston with Craig Simpson.
From all the team here at EA Sports, we'll see you next time.
NHL 06 was released in 2005 on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, the GameCube, and Windows. Version shown here is the Xbox OG. NHL 06 marked the introduction of the skill stick, replacing the button-based shooting system with a more precise control over puck handling and skating. Commentary was handled by Jim Houston and Craig Simpson.
It's that simple.
Now we're ready to drop the puck for the opening faceoff. The faceoff goes to Tampa, to Fedotenko. Here comes Ruslan Fedotenko into the corner. Behind the net. Passed ahead to Frolov. Now he's moved it into the attacking zone. And he hangs on to the puck. It's tough not to fall for a good deke.
And he was able to keep his eyes on the puck.
In front, Graham slams the door shut. One-timed it. He scores, and they've tied it up before the end of the first.
When Palffy gets going, he can be red hot. Like all good goal scorers, Palffy's not afraid to let a shot go from anywhere, at any time, in any situation.
Now he moves it into the attacking zone. He gets run over.
He deked right past him.
To Roenick, and it's moved up into the neutral zone. Now they're into the attacking end of the ice. Shot from the... Scores! It's over. They win. It's all over. The Kings won this game. Final score, 6-5.
Teams love getting goals like this from defensemen. If a squad can spread out the scoring, it can be a lot tougher to beat them.
From Los Angeles, California, and for EA Sports, I'm Jim Houston.
And I'm Craig Simpson. Have a great one.
NHL 07. It was released in 2006 on the PlayStation 2, Xbox, Xbox 360, Windows, and the PSP. Version shown here is the Xbox 360 version. Introduction of the revolutionary skill stick system allowed players to control skating and puck handling with greater precision, enhancing the gameplay experience. This mechanic marked a major shift in how the game was played, making it feel more fluid and responsive. Gary Thorne and Bill Clement as the commentary team providing their iconic play-by-play coverage.
Trying to find a way to get this out of the zone. Oh, what a shot that was. Big, clean hit.
All right, it usually takes one big hit to get things started, and now we are officially on the board.
Loose puck, defensive zone. Good poke check. Shot, score! Great effort by the goaltender. Big save. And with that, this one is over. LA's lost it. They kept it a tight game, but could not find the winners.
Boy, it's a tough way to go down.
Here are tonight's Dodge 3 stars of the game, brought to you by the all-new 2007 Dodge Nitro.
NHL 08. Released in 2007 on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, and Windows. This is the Xbox 360 version. NHL 08 introduced the Be a Pro mode, allowing players to control a single player throughout their career. The skill stick system was also refined for better control and fluidity. Gary Thorne and Bill Clement continued to provide commentary.
A distinguished college career with the Bowling Green Falcons, came into the NHL and turned it upside down, including the season that he won the Norris Trophy as the league's best D-man.
We're in LA and this game's on the board.
That's always a happening when the LA Kings take the ice. Hollywood stars everywhere in the building tonight.
Gets that one on the tape in his own offensive zone. Rockets that one off a one-timer. Missed on that one. That puck ends up out of play. That one over the glass. We'll get a whistle here for a draw. D to D. Oh, got rid of that one in a hurry. He scores! And that will give him the early lead.
Boy, there's pressure, and then there's what these guys just did.
You try and teach forwards. Do that. Do that. You're going to get the puck at score.
Gary, most of it is just hard work.
He's got that one in the neutral zone on his way up ice. Great long pass in the neutral zone. Puck carrier down. Good defensive play. They take that pass away, and they'll move it up. And with that, this one is over. LA's victories in the face-off circle ultimately contribute to a win.
And they won in the important zones too, Gary. They won in the defensive zone, and they were snapping pucks back to the point in the offensive zone.
And that's going to do it. I'm Gary Thorne. Thanks, everybody. On behalf of Bill Clement and all of our crew, we bid you good night. All right, let's take a look at our 3-star selections for tonight's game.
NHL 09. Released in 2008 on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Windows. This is the Xbox 360 version. This entry introduced the Fight Night-based fighting system, offering a more realistic and dynamic combat mechanic. Be a Pro mode was expanded, and online features were enhanced with the introduction of EA Sports Hockey League, EASHL. Commentary was provided by Gary Thorne and Bill Clement.
Between the Kings and the Calgary Flames. The Flames' offensive zone tendencies take the puck to the back of the net.
It's a good game plan of them. That's when you gain the advantage.
And we're on. Save! In the defensive zone, finds that in front of his own net. We've got a delayed call coming up. Heads to the bench. He wants to get off for the extra attack man. Good effort with a stick. That'll keep this offense going. He's got it. Let's see what this penalty is as he heads over to make the call. The Flames are being assessed a minor here. This is going to be 2 on the cross-check.
Oh, it's one thing to keep your stick down on a guy, but he cross-checked him up high. And the way they're calling him today,
opportune goal. That's going to tie it up. Even on moves right there, he can't do that.
Yes, he can. He took his hands out of the ice buckets and deked the goalie out of his jock.
And a game winner. That's the overtime finish. And with that, this one is over. LA's overtime victory coming by aggressive play in the OT.
Well, the clutch players got it done for these guys in OT. You just hope you have people that can stay steady when they're called on, and these guys look good in their OT win.
And with this conclusion, how about we take a look at our three-star selections for tonight.
Second star for Los Angeles, number 35, Jason Romero. And tonight's first star for Los Angeles, number 47, Ladislav
NHL 10. This was released in 2009 on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Shown is the Xbox 360 version. NHL 10 refined the Be a Pro mode and ESHL, offering better depth and more customization. The game also introduced new player animations and more fluid gameplay. Gary Thorne and Bill Clement continued their commentary partnership.
The Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. That's where we are, and we welcome you. With Bill Clement, I'm Gary Thorne for tonight's game between the Los Angeles Kings and the Chicago Blackhawks. As we look ahead to this game, the expectation is we're going to see guys flying in the ice.
End to end, that's why a stiff neck for us at the end of this game would be a pretty good thing. End-to-end action.
And there's the drop. He'll handle that one in his own offensive end. Up and over, ladies and gentlemen. That puck ended up over the glass, and the crowd will get a whistle here. To Hanzus. Out. Score! That one comes a man short. Goaltender thought he had an opportunity on that. He had the blocker where he wanted it, but not quickly enough.
There's a lot of weight in that right hand for a goalie, and if the shooter picks his shot, he's going to score.
To be better save. Open net chance off the post. Needs to play this effectively here. They're on him. To Seabrook. To Sharp. And that's going to do it. Chicago's effort's going to make this a heartbreaking loss.
Well, you say close game. Okay, the score was close. I don't think the game was really close.
And here are the three stars of tonight's game.
Los Angeles, number 14, Justin Williams. Tonight's second star for Los Angeles, number 26, Michael Hanzus. Tonight's first star for Los Angeles, number 54.
NHL 2K series and competition, which was 2000 through 2009, shown as NHL 2KN. For nearly a decade, EA's NHL franchise faced fierce competition from 2K Sports' NHL 2K series. From 2000 to 2009, NHL 2K was known for its innovative gameplay features such as the 2K Vision camera system and introduction of 3D graphics. NHL 2K3 was particularly well received for its deep franchise mode and more tactical approach to gameplay. EA responded with innovations like the skill stick and enhanced player control in NHL 07, which helped them maintain dominance. By 2009, NHL 2K was discontinued, and EA would go on to become the sole developer in the genre. While the NHL 2K series from 2K Sports was the most direct competition and had the most influence, other companies like Acclaim, Midway, Sega, Sony, and 3DO pushed EA Sports to evolve the NHL series. They influenced various gameplay elements and pushed EA to refine their physics, animations, and presentation in order to stay competitive. Each of these companies contributed in their own unique ways to the development of hockey video games, either by offering a different style of gameplay or by inspiring EA to innovate and improve the NHL series over time.
Down on the ice where we have a special guest riding the Zamboni tonight. Let him hear it.
Ready, set, go!
Hey, focus. Oh, big hit. Time's up.
Give it up, hockey fans, for your Zamboni driver.
Ladd landed a jab there. One mistake and down he goes. Now the officials get involved and put a stop to the fisticuffs.
Chicago penalty to number 16. 5 minutes for fighting.
Away. Terrific job. He scores! And he pulls his team to within 1 goal here in the second period.
When you've got guys out in front, good things happen. Here, the puck hits off a player's skate and goes right in the goal.
There it is, and for one team, a good thing did happen on that play. Great goal right there.
I'm not sure if he moved his skate to redirect the shot or it just kind of ricocheted in.
Either way, Drew, that was an exciting goal. It's picked off. He saves it. That'll do it. The game is ended. The final score, 3-2. The Blackhawks got the win they wanted. Pulled off a 1-goal triumph. Drew, what's the story for their game, the abridged version?
Well, Randy, the score could have been bigger when you look at the face-off numbers. They were dominant. That means the other team was on the chase defensively most of the game. And the team winning on the face-offs had puck possession. It really could have been a worse score for the other guys.
And that's where we'll have to leave you. It's been a pleasure. On behalf of Drew Remenda and all of our crew, I'm Randy Hahn. Thanks for joining us, the National Hockey League on the 2K Sports Network.
NHL 11, which was released in 2010 on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, shown as the Xbox 360 version. NHL 11 introduced the NHL Moment feature, allowing players to relive and control iconic moments from NHL history. It also introduced true-to-life goaltender control and improved physics system. Commentary remained with Gary Thorne and Bill Clement.
The penalty box, no matter where their first period, would indicate that they're a little on the underside.
I can't call them scared. I mean, I refuse to. Score! Was quick, there was mustard on the shot, but make no mistake about it, a lot of this goal had to do with accuracy.
Wanted to be better save. Takes that shot. Chance scores! Harold's goal is one of those you take, Bill, because you don't expect. Well, he's a defense.
Scored short-handed by number 8.
He scores! And they put that one up with a man advantage.
And by number 15, Brad Richardson.
Oh, what a shot. An absolute laser. No chance for the goalie.
30 seconds.
And here are the three stars of tonight's game.
Third star for Los Angeles, number 8, Drew Doughty. Tonight's second star for Los Angeles, number 11, Anze Kopitar. And tonight's first star for Los Angeles, number 7, Robert Scuderi.
NHL 12, which was released in 2011 on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, shown as the Xbox 360 version. NHL 12 introduced real-time physics, making player collisions, puck bounces, and body checks feel more natural and lifelike. Commentary team remained the same with Gary Thorne and Bill Clement. This version also featured improvements to AI and puck physics.
In the category of workhorses, consider Jonathan Quick at the head of the list. He played more minutes than any other goaltender during the 09-10 season.
LA's physical presence now on the ice.
Yeah, and we expected it. We're going to see it, and this other team is going to see a ton of it tonight.
Oh, what a save made. Tremendous glove.
A long night for the opponents.
Wow, did he get rid of that in a hurry. He shoots, he scores! To Clifford. Hard shot. And with that, this one is over. LA's effort in the end, just enough to come away with a victory.
They had enough to win this game by a landslide.
Well, we got a minute. Let's take a look back at some of the highlights of this game tonight. Appreciate your company. I'm Gary Thorne along with Bill Clement. We'll see you next time.
NHL 13, which was released in 2012 on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, shown as the Xbox 360 version. NHL 13 focused on refining gameplay and adding a new GM connected mode, allowing for a fully online connected experience. This edition introduced the one-touch deke system and continued to build on its franchise mode. Commentary team remained the same with Gary Thorne and Bill Clement.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Gary Thorne along with Bill Clement, and let's play some hockey. Kubina. Oh, there's a shot in goal-scoring area. Save! Boy, you hate to lose those opportunities offensively, but watch the work he did in net build. Two-on-two in the rush. Big time, and he scores! Down low is amazing, and he drove it home.
And Gary, a lot of goalies won't forgive themselves for any goal, but this shot went just inside the post.
Face full of snow. How does that happen? There's got to be a little retaliation coming on that one. Save. Richards. Intercepts that one. And that'll end the game. Philadelphia's defeat remains a big one here. This differential, they're going to have a hard time answering to this one, especially after this third period.
Well, I've always always said you can lose a game in the first period, but you can't win it in the first period. These guys lost it early, and once the hole was dug, they had no chance of climbing out of it.
All right, let's go back while we got a minute and see what some of the big plays were tonight.
This was released in 2013. PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. This was the Xbox 360 version shown. NHL 14 introduced the Enforcer engine, which allowed for more realistic and intense fighting using the Fight Night engine. The game also brought back Hockey Ultimate Team, a popular mode from NHL 13. Commentary team remained the same with Gary Thorne and Bill Clement.
I'm Gary Thorne, ready to get some hockey going. We are Los Angeles, California, a contest between the Los Angeles Kings and the Devils. That one up the wing, into the offensive zone, 3-on-2. Opportunity down low, see what he does. That one has come off the holders. That net's loose. We'll get a whistle and a face-off. About LA has got control in the offensive zone off that draw. Score! Richards' hands, how good are they? Look at the wrist shot right in the slot, down low.
And you have to love the effort that the goalie put into this one.
And that's it. New Jersey's effort's going to make this a heartbreaking loss.
Well, Gary, I hope they don't feel too good about themselves walking into the locker room, because the score doesn't indicate how poorly they played.
Here's an opportunity to review some of the big plays in this game.
NHL Legacy Edition. This was released in 2015 on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, and the version shown here is the Xbox 360 version. NHL Legacy Edition was essentially a final farewell to the 7th generation consoles, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. It served as a compilation of past NHL titles, incorporating features from NHL 14 and 15 with gameplay modes and graphics optimized for older consoles. The game retained the same mechanics and visuals from NHL 14, but added roster updates and minor bug fixes. The commentary was Mike Emmerich, Eddie Olczyk, and Ray Ferraro.
Another terrific night of hockey here. Kopitar's the starting center for Los Angeles. Stepan's opposite him. It's a 3-on-2. How will they defend this? Score! And the place goes nuts.
If you want to generate offensive opportunities, you have to get inside the face-off dots. You got to find those soft spots in the defense in order to generate and score goals like that.
Gabrick's displayed some sweet hands. That's a soft dish right on the tape.
It says here in the book, you run the goalie, you're going to have a fight.
That is the code, Doc. You cannot make a play like that.
And the fight ends with one resounding punch.
You don't see too many fights end on that note.
The Kings are up on their feet, banging the boards. I don't know that the building's been louder than it is right now.
pass, but effective. He's got it. And the siren goes. The Rangers were out of this one.
It's going to be a long day at practice after that effort tonight.
NHL 15. This was released in 2014 on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360. This version is the PlayStation 4 version. NHL 15 marked the transition to new hardware, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and featured a new physics engine, improving realism in player movements, puck handling, and collisions. It also introduced a new commentary team with Mike Emmerich, Eddie Olczyk, and Ray Ferraro providing in-depth coverage.
From 6 teams to 12. What's it like playing here as you did?
Well, I wish I could have played here a little bit longer than 6 months, Doc, but a great place to come, great place to play, a great history.
And quick, Stanley Cup champion with Los Angeles, won all 16 games you need to win to start a parade. Angeles, Bergeron's there for the Bruins. Back in front, off his pad, a brilliant save. The Kings got a little goal hungry and ran into the goalie. Goalie interference.
Well, he sold that, Doc. The goaltender sold.
Gains the zone. He drives toward the slot. Score! A short-handed goal.
Stoll's anticipation allowed him to get that puck on the backhand and put it in the net.
Just so difficult for the goaltender to read where the puck's going off the backhand most of the time because the player doesn't know where it's going either.
Down. They're ready to fight. That was decisive.
Nobody in the building, including him, saw an ending like that. LA's got a little bit of swagger going now. Their man's won the fight. The crowd is ecstatic.
And he dumps it in. The Kings will start from their own end. The horn sounds an exciting finish to this game. Boston's got a loss. This game was over a long time ago.
Very disappointing effort.
So that is it for this one. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. For Eddie and Ray, Doc saying good night all.
NHL 16, which was released in 2015 on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, shown as the Xbox One version. NHL 16 focused on fixing the previous year's issues and refining gameplay. New features included improved AI and new defensive mechanics. The commentary team continued with Mike Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with size, Doc. I think it has to do with speed, and I think it has to do with the depth of a lot of these teams in the Western Conference.
Chicago's able to dictate the pace of the game because they have the willingness to play that style, that big, heavy hockey, and that's a good thing, especially when you're on the road in the first 10 minutes of the start of the game.
Kopitar's got the assignment on winning the opening draw for the Kings. Taves gets the terrific save there. Didn't look like he had anything to shoot at, and he made it tough. The Blackhawks get 2 for cross-checking.
First off, if your stick is on the ice, you're not going to get a penalty, but you can't carry it around like a weapon.
Gives it on a cross from the point.
We're so far up
sure if that puck got deflected. Let's go down to Ray and see what he saw at ice level.
Not only was the puck deflected, Enzo, it's through traffic as well. You're going to see on the replay that the goaltender's fighting the traffic. He's got to get into position.
Chicago's got possession in their own end. Terrific challenge, outstanding save.
Not a lot of room to score from in that area. Great save.
The game is over. The Blackhawks entered the third with a big lead, and they win this one decisively.
Sometimes these are the toughest games to play, to stay with the game plan when you have such a huge lead.
So the teams have left the ice and are getting rested for next time. For this time, for Eddie and Ray, Mike Emmerich saying good night.
NHL 17. This was released in 2016 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, shown as the Xbox One version. NHL 17 introduced the NHL Draft Champions mode and continued to refine gameplay with smoother animations and more realistic puck physics. EA SHL mode was further expanded, and the commentary team remained with Mike Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk.
The ability to put the puck in the back of the net. Goaltending, as we know, could be the difference here.
The teams are ready, and so are we. Carter's the face-off man for the Kings. Stastny's there for the Blue. Now the puck rounded up by Alex Pietrangelo. A whistle and a rest. Play is stopped. Let's hear from Ray.
The game's changed over the last 5 or 7.
Face-off. Great shooting lane. Score! And this one is tied.
He's got a nose for the net, and especially scoring goals off the rebound.
Pucks to the net need to be deflected into the corner. Because the goaltender can't do that, the goal scorer is able to pounce on the rebound.
Puck loose, denied by the defense. And that's the horn. That's the hockey game. The game is ended. You look at the score sheet at the end of this game, and it's a marvel. Score was close. Shots on goal were not.
Well, I know who's buying dinner for the goaltender tonight.
Solid performances all around in a terrific hockey game. We hope you liked it. We'll all look forward to next time. Good night from all of us.
NHL 18. This was released in 2017 on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. This is the Xbox One version. This installment added 3-on-3 hockey and NHL 3s, a fun and fast-paced mode. It also introduced improved skating mechanics and enhanced AI for a more dynamic experience. And the commentary team remained Mike Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk.
Conference has been the stronger. Do you have a theory on that?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with size, Doc. I think it has to do with speed, and I think it has to do with the depth of a lot of these teams in the Western Conference.
The Kings would love to use all...
About to take place. Drew Doughty is there. Stanley Cup, 2 Olympic gold medals. Not thinking about that now. But we are.
You want to set a tone for your team if you can, and an early hit is one way to do it.
Gloved.
Oh, the hands are quicker than a glove. Great save.
All is halted for now. Time for Ray.
The game's changed over the last 5 or 7 years, Doc.
Gains the zone. Lets it go. Save. Score! Oh, no. The referee's waving it off. No goal.
Well, they're going to need a second look at this one, Doc. Did he shove this in with his glove, or does it just bounce off him? Kings goal's going to count, Doc. The crowd is up on their feet as they start to celebrate.
Got a man hurt here, and and probably something more to happen after.
The first concern is the injured player, Doc, but somebody has to respond.
Punch ends this one, and the star is stunned.
I think his teammates were stunned, Doc, because he was involved in that fight.
Well, the home team just rolling right over top of the visitors. The crowd is all over them right now.
That's it for another great night at a hockey rink. For Eddie and Ray, Doc saying, good evening, everyone.
NHL 19. This was released in 2018 on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, shown as the Xbox One version. NHL 19 introduced the World of Chell mode, expanding upon EA SHL and offering a new hub for online play. The game also featured improved player customization with more options for creating your own unique player. And the commentary team remained Mike Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk.
Expect them to contend for the crown and challenge their division.
Kopitar's the starter here. That means he is expected to set the tempo. Does hit.
Muzzin's play is so energetic early. He wants to get a hit.
He scores! First goal to the visitors. Great start for them.
Well, they jumped up on the bench beside me pretty quickly here. Very excited on the one side to have the game's first goal. Doughty's play with the puck is known throughout.
They score! It's only a one-goal game now.
Lewis gave the goaltender no time to react with that quick snapshot.
He doesn't even move. Once he drops into the butterfly, you're certain he's got the net covered. He just doesn't.
Momentum in a hockey game.
One-timer. Great glove save. And there it is. The game is over. On a night of power plays, the team that seemed to do pretty well on the power play still lost the game, so go figure.
You need to find a way to win this hockey game with the power play being as good as it was.
So ends another game and another telecast. We hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. For Eddie Olczyk and Ray Ferraro, Mike Emmerich saying good night.
NHL 20. This was released in 2019 on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. This is the Xbox One version. This entry added Pro-Am challenges and refined the Be a Pro mode. It also introduced signature shots, giving players more variety and personality in their on-ice play. The commentary team changed to James Cybulski and Ray Ferraro.
Taken by Hutton.
And when I was playing at home, I loved if we could get on the board first. It really makes you feel like you can throw 4 or 5 into the net. That's a quick one-timer. right in front of the net. The pass is there. He's got no time to do anything with it, and he beats the goalie.
Over them right from puck drop, and they lead it big time late in this third period. Back underway as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. Denied by the goaltender. And we are all over with this one tonight.
When you look at the final stats here, James, and they had more shots on goal. They had a very comfortable lead. It seemed like they had the puck and the game in control most of the night.
They looked like a firing squad out there, and the difference was they converted on many of those. For Ray Ferraro, I'm James Cybulski. Thanks for joining us tonight.
NHL 21. This was released in 2020. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, shown as the Xbox One version. NHL 21 introduced Touch Rivals and enhanced Be a Pro mode, offering new customization options. There were significant AI improvements and more immersive career mode experience. The commentary team, James Cybulski and Ray Ferraro.
Interesting too. New guys to play against.
Both teams lined up in the middle. We are ready to get things underway. Let's do this. The puck is dropped. We're underway. Doughty's going to play it against the half wall. He scores! Drew Doughty!
It's a good shot, but this can't go in from here. Right along the boards, the slapper goes in.
Slides it to Sheary. It is all over. The Kings offense shows up in a big way tonight.
Well, they had the puck in the offensive zone a ton tonight. You get that many shots on net, you're really not going to ever have to defend.
Great vibe in the arena. This place is picking up again as they return to the ice.
What a fun night for everybody involved. They get to cheer their team to victory, and now they are saluted by the players.
On behalf of Ray Ferraro, I'm James Cybulski. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
NHL 22. This was released in 2021 on the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, shown as the Series X version. NHL 22 marked the transition to the Frostbite engine, improving graphics, physics, and animations. It was also the first game to allow players to create and play as female hockey players, which was a groundbreaking step for the franchise. The commentary team, James Cybulski and Ray Ferraro.
Here's a shot. Glove save. There's the whistle as things will slow down here for a moment. Always Gunner. There's another for the hit parade. Los Angeles plays it up ahead. They've got some momentum here. He scores! Drew Doughty!
Whoa, James, while we're looking at this highlight, the coach is sour that they gave up this man advantage break, but it's beautifully executed.
Here's a shot. Final horn sounds, and we are all done with this one. Puck possession, the name of the game in this one tonight, Ray.
Really good job. They had the puck, they kept the puck, and when they didn't have a play, they seemed to put it into a place where they were going to get it next. They controlled the play, and therefore controlled the game.
Razor, long gone are the days where people try to beat traffic to leave here when you see stuff like this at the end of the game.
Well, it makes you feel part of it. So the fans stay, the players salute, and everybody feels like they're part of this one team.
For my broadcast partner, Ray Ferraro, my name is James Cybulski. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night.
NHL 23. This was released in 2022 on the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. The version shown here is on the Series X. NHL 23 expanded on the Frostbite engine with even more lifelike player models, better ice physics, and enhanced AI behavior, resulting in more realistic puck bounces, player collisions, and goal celebrations. Cross-platform matchmaking was also introduced, allowing PlayStation and Xbox players to compete online together. The commentary from Cybulski and Ferraro added new lines reflecting real-world events and trends from the NHL season, further enhancing immersion.
Before the game starts, this is pretty predictable.
Well, listen to this place. They expected it and they got it.
Yeah, it wasn't if, it was going to be when this fight was going to happen. The Kings have to be happy with the way that fight turned out. It's sure loud in here now.
Final horn is sounded, bringing this one to an end.
They had the puck a lot. They controlled it in the offensive zone. What I really like, though, James, and I think this mattered a lot as to the final score, is they didn't turn it over much at all.
We hear the term puck possession an awful lot in today's game. They maximize their opportunities. You know, as you see the players wave to the crowd, it's amazing. It's not just the kids that are getting into this.
Look how many people stayed to see this salute between player and fan.
For Ray Ferraro, I'm James Cybulski. We'll see you next time we drop the puck.
NHL 24 is on the PlayStation 5, Series S and X, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. It was released in 2023. Shown is the Xbox Series X version. NHL 24 focused on gameplay refinements with better player movement and more realistic puck physics, and improvements to body checks and stamina mechanics. The Be a Pro mode saw some expanded storylines, offering deeper role-playing opportunities for player career progression. Hockey Ultimate Team introduced new cards and customization options. The Frostbite engine continued to deliver smooth visuals and physics-based gameplay. Cybulski remained in the commentary booth, providing fresh dialogue to reflect key NHL moments. Two-time gold medalist with Team Canada, Cheryl Pounder, has been added to the team as a color commentator.
Here we go, odd man rush here. Cuts to the front, scores, and we are tied. New game here, Pounder.
Oh yeah, it's a new game, James. But I really like the pushback to get the equalizer. Now it's what they do with that momentum. This next shift, it's critical.
just a fabulous shot. When you're in that high slot area, you know that you're going to be closed upon quickly, so you got to have a quick release. That's the first thing. And the second thing is the accuracy. If it's quick and it's on, you're going to score.
There it is. Final horn sounds. We are all over here with this one. The Avs pick up the win, and Cheryl, you really got to look at special teams. They generated those opportunities and took advantage.
Yeah, and they were able to get the man advantage because they were putting their opponent in vulnerable spots. That's what happens when you dictate play, but you have to capitalize. They did a great job of it.
Well, that'll do it from tonight's action here inside the arena. Hopefully, leprechauns, pots of gold, and shamrocks will find you well on this St. Patrick's Day night. Take care, everybody.
NHL 25, released in 2024, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S. Version shown is the Series X version. NHL 25 was the year of the retro jerseys. They also had classic rink designs and unlockable legendary players from past decades. Frostbite engine underwent additional optimizations to improve frame rates, player fluidity, and crowd animations. Franchise mode also received enhancements, allowing for more control over roster building and contracts and scouting. The commentary duo of James Cybulski and Cheryl Pounder delivered updated play-by-play and analysis, along with nostalgic lines referencing memorable NHL moments over the past 25 years.
And that pass goes off a stick. Denies the chance, but they score! On the power play, they make it happen.
James, these are the kind of pesky goals that create a ton of energy for your team. The rebound pops out after the shot. You have to have a hard stick, be heavy on it. With it on the ice, battle and compete for it. He does it and he buries it.
Oh, and he misfires on that. And we are all over with this one tonight. Los Angeles comes away with a win that they really controlled the pace of play tonight, Cheryl.
They controlled the puck, and that's what's critical in this one. And it wasn't just one line, it was right through the entire lineup. I mean, one shift would go out there, they'd create energy by holding the puck, attacking, and then the next one would do it, a continuous wave that led to the win.
That'll do it from all of us here at EA Sports. I'm James Cybulski. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and hopefully there's green chicken wings waiting for you somewhere.
In conclusion, from its humble beginnings in 1991 to its current iteration, the EA Sports NHL series has been a staple of hockey gaming. Through innovation, competition, and consistent improvements, the franchise has brought NHL hockey fans closer to the action with every release. The introduction of new features like Skill Stick, Be a Pro, EASHL, and Fight Night Engine, as well as groundbreaking steps like the inclusion of female players and announcers, have cemented NHL as one of the most enduring sports game franchises in history. So if you like this video, please hit like and share. Feel free to comment what your favorite NHL games were over the past many years, and maybe what your least favorite were as well. And then hopefully we will see you on the ice.